So Donald Trump is at a conservative conference this weekend in Texas, and there are a lot of his supporters there, many of whom believe his lies and misinformation and disinformation and delusions about the last election. But one Trump supporter interviewed at that conference absolutely destroyed Trump, Sidney Powell, My Pillow guy, and their lies. Watch it.
So you are, one of the very few people I am likely to meet here this weekend who will tell me that Biden won the election fairly.
That's unfortunate. I gotta have the evidence. I gotta see it. If you tell me you're gonna release the Kraken, show me the freaking Kraken, for crying out loud. And don't tell me to go to Mr. Pillowman's website to get the information.
Do you guys think the election was fair?
No.
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 They tried to tell us the Tarrant County election, we went blue for the first time since 1962.
It's not called an insurrection to me. What about it was an insurrection?
They stormed the Capitol.
Who's they? You don't know who those people were.
No, some Trump supporters were invited in, and there's video and there's audio that they said, come on in.
And so I showed you a clip there of some Trump supporters, and that first guy, wasn't he fantastic? Donnie O'Sullivan, who basically has made his career to interview the craziest Trump supporters, actually found a guy that isn't unhinged from reality. He said, look, I supported Trump. It's unfortunate that he lost, but it's also unfortunate that, all of my other Trump supporters, the majority of them, seem to believe that he actually won the election. And what he's saying is, look, if you have proof, give me proof. But the Kraken lady who doesn't have a Kraken isn't proof. Mr. Pillowman, Mike Lindell, the My Pillow guy, he's a big high-profile Trump liar. He's like, don't tell me to go to Mr. Pillowman's website for the 7th time to watch a movie that doesn't make sense and then say to me that that's the evidence that Donald Trump should still be president or actually won the election or is coming back in August, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, if more Trumpers were like that, we'd still have a lot of disagreements. We would still fundamentally see them as barriers to a just society, because the dude still voted for Donald Trump after all the evil he did. But if they were all like that, January 6th wouldn't have happened. Donald Trump could have cried into the microphone for months, but his supporters wouldn't have mobbed on the Capitol because they wouldn't have believed his cult-like lies. But that's the problem. He is just part of a small but growing movement of Trump supporters, because in the rest of that video, you saw other Trump supporters, men and women, basically saying that Trump should still be in power. Democrats, it was impossible that they won certain parts of the country, that January 6th was actually like a false flag by the left to make Trump and Republicans and conservatives and Trump supporters look bad, but it's starting to crack a little bit. Remember what I've been covering over the last couple weeks. We saw at Trump's Ohio rally, some of his supporters walk out early because they knew it was BS. We saw at that same rally, supporters online on right-wing social media apps basically say, this dude is boring, he's old, he's tired, I know my family thinks that he's absolutely unhinged, I don't see him being the future of the party. And we even saw a few days ago when Donald Trump launched his lawsuit and Trump Jr. went on the internet to help raise money for it, that rank and file Trump supporters on far-right social media apps were mad at them. They were mad because how dare this really wealthy billionaire family ask regular working class people for money when they've already ripped us off before and they're going to rip us off again. So I don't want you to go away from this thinking that the Trump movement has collapsed. But if that guy's the start of it, maybe they will. I'm still skeptical though.